What's going on, fight fans? It's your host Sebastian, and welcome back to the Boxing Tip. Now, you guys see the title. You guys know what this video may or may not be about. So let me just start off with a little bit of a disclaimer, or just to kind of give you an explanation as to why I'm making this video. First off, when I made my Jose Pedraza versus Gervonta Davis post-fight review video, I got a lot of negative feedback for it, and some of them I don't blame them, because after rewatching the video, I didn't exactly, how do I say this? I didn't exactly speak on everything that I should have spoken on. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of clear the air, first off, I am a fan of Gervonta Davis. A big fan of him, actually. So much so that I've probably watched every one of his fights and have enjoyed every one of his fights that I was able to see. So, another thing I want to touch down on, and this is kind of like where the disclaimer part of it comes in. I got a lot of very nasty comments. I don't know how to explain it. Alright, when I say nasty, it's very absurd shit is basically what I'm talking about, okay? I got a lot of racist or accusations of being a racist. Alright, so first things first, and this goes for any fucking body. I don't care if you love my channel, hate my channel, or neutral about my channel. I don't give a fuck. Alright, I do not accept racism of any form, even suggestive racism, or even claiming some sort of racist, anything, creating any racist environment on my channel will result in me banning you, because that's not this fucking channel, son. Like, it really isn't. It really is not this fucking channel. Alright, you can take that shit to any of the channels that you like, that you hate, whatever you're neutral about. Alright, the guys who actually fucking care to talk about racism, the guys who want to talk about racism, the guys who mention racism even just a little bit, or have racist agendas, or have anything has to do with race or discrimination of any kind. Alright, take that shit to their channels, because I don't like talking about it. This is the only fucking time that I'm really gonna talk about it, even just a little bit, okay? I don't accept it, because I'm not. Because I could give a fuck less about complexion, ethnicity, your origins, your heritage, anything. I don't give a shit about it, alright? I am, how do I say this? If you're a human being, you're my equal. You know what I'm saying? If you're a human being, that's what we are. We are human beings. That's the way I generalize it. That's the way I look at it. I don't think I'm superior to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I'm a fucking, I'm half white, half Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have to, and then not to mention that many of my family members are African American. Some of my family members come from a Native American heritage. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any room to be fucking racist here or discriminate, unless I want to start attacking the people that I love very dearly. Alright, but that shit's not tolerated on this channel, like, whatsoever. Alright, I don't talk about it in my videos, so I'm not going to have that shit in my comment section. Or I'm not going to have you guys accusing me of being a racist or pushing a racist agenda or whatever. Alright, so that being said, you know what I'm saying? Take that shit and go to your other channels that you are subscribed to. Alright, because I don't give a fuck if you love my channel. Alright, you bring it up, I'm banning your ass. Simple as that. Alright, so with that being said, let me move on to what this video is really going to be about. And I'm going to talk about Gervonta Davis and the way that I probably should have talked about him in the Jose Pedraza fight. Guys, I understand he dominated the fight. Alright, I wasn't trying to take any credit away from him. Alright, I was just being a little critical because I didn't like the way he looked in certain spots in that fight. I didn't like how he looked in the 5th round when he stopped throwing as many punches. Looked like he was tired already and was getting tagged by Pedraza to the body and to the head damn near the whole round. Alright, he did land a couple of good punches, but I expect that from him, being that he is a pretty flashy pot-shotting counter puncher, very fast. You know what I'm saying? His athleticism is on point. The only thing that I can maybe be critical about his athleticism is his stamina. Alright, but other than that, the kid does have skill. When I say that I still think Pedraza is the more skilled fighter between him and Gervonta Davis, it's not to suggest that Gervonta Davis isn't a skilled fighter. I just think Pedraza has more tools. He is able to utilize more shit. He shows me much more shit in his fights than Gervonta Davis has shown me. Even in this last fight, it was still consistent with any other fight that I've watched that did not end early. And I mentioned this to you guys in previous video. Alright, I've talked about what Gervonta Davis does well in the ring. I was hoping to see something a little bit more different, a little bit more versatility in the Jose Pedraza fight. That's the only source of my disappointment of that fight whatsoever. And the only reason I brought it up was because if this kid is going to challenge some of the other top 130 pounders, he is going to have to pick up some new tools, or he's going to have to adjust his game in some sort of way. Alright, being explosive for the first 3-4 rounds, throwing everything that you have as fast as you can, loading up on every shot that you got, isn't always going to win you a fight, and it isn't always going to knock out the opponent. Alright, and then stop throwing punches after that onslaught is over. What do you think the guys with good footwork are going to do to a guy who stops throwing punches? Matter of fact, what do you think the guys who have good footwork and then the guys who have like amazing punch output are gonna do once he stops throwing punches, or once he starts standing still? You know what I'm saying? It's just being a little critical. Alright, I want to see Gervonta Davis do good in his career because I support the kid 100%. I like him. I don't know exactly what makes me like him, but I like him. I like him inside of the ring, and he seems like a really nice, pretty cool dude outside the ring as well. So he's a likable person. At least to me he is. You know what I'm saying? I might not might be the biggest fan of the people who support him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really care too much about the people who support him. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they decide they want to help him do with it in his career, that's their decisions to make, man. I can't say anything bad about that. I might not favor every, person that backs him, or every supporter that he does have. I can't say that, mainly because I don't really know everyone who backs him or supports him, or, is in charge with helping him manage his career. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really say too many negative things about that. Plus, that's not really my field. I really don't like talking about that shit anyway. I like to focus mainly on what's inside of the ring. Alright, and then another thing about some of the commenters that were, not so much attacking me, but were making some pretty fucking bold statements like, I don't know what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? He dominated the fight. Like, guys, I ain't fucking blind. You know what I'm saying? I know he dominated the fight. I pointed out some things that he didn't do well. All right, if you guys took it up the ass, I'm sorry. All right, I didn't mean for you guys to be like fucking offended by it or get the wrong idea. Maybe I should have talked about a lot more positive shit that I actually do think about Gervonta Davis first in that video, and then maybe it would have offset some of that. All right, so excuse me for that. But to suggest that I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to Gervonta Davis, everything that happened inside of the Pedraza fight, other than Pedraza not fighting the game plan that I suggested that he should have came out with, happened. He stopped throwing punches. He stopped moving around so much. Pedraza did come on, started tagging him up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take that back because that's what I seen in the fight. It might not have been for a very long period of time, but it did happen. And against a different opposition or a different opponent, that shit could last a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? And I also talked about how he stacked up against some of the other fighters at the 130-pound division. All right. First off, I'm not suggesting that he can't beat any of them. You know what I'm saying? He has a very good chance against a lot of them. One in particular, I don't feel like he doesn't have that good of a chance against. He might have a puncher's chance. He might have the same chance as Nicholas Walters did. Maybe a little bit more because he's a little bit faster, a little bit flashy. Whatever, I'm not going to really break it down. But if you want to compare the skill set, the skill gap between those two fighters, Gervonta Davis and the fighter that I'm talking about, is a very wide gap as of right now. Gervonta Davis is still young, has a lot of time to improve, hopefully by the time if they ever make that fight. So I made this video to kind of clear the air, just to get a lot of you motherfuckers off of me who want to talk all that bullshit about race and I don't like young black champions and I'm just doing anything in my fucking power to discredit him, or I don't know what the fuck it is I'm talking about. Whatever, say what you will, but you want to, alright, I'll defend myself if you guys tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, because I'll explain to you everything that I've seen, or everything that I am talking about. But the racist shit, not gonna fly on my channel. So like I said, you really want to talk about some racist shit, jump on somebody else's fucking channel. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? There's some channels that I like that do bring up race quite a bit. Even if they're defending against it, either way, they're fucking talking about it. And I'm no better right now for even bringing it up in one of my videos, and I understand that. But that shit ain't flying on this channel. Alright, you ain't gonna hear me talk about it, and you definitely ain't gonna be on my comment sections talking about it. Alright, because I don't like to acknowledge it. I sometimes just like to pretend the shit don't even fucking exist, because I think it's one of the most foolish fucking things to discriminate in boxing. You know, and this just to go, and you know, and I'm just talking here in boxing because that's all my channel's about. But in boxing, I found that race is one of the fucking stupidest reasons for not liking a fighter. And believe it or not, there are some motherfuckers out there who use that as a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever, you know what I mean? That's just for the birds. Crumble that shit up and fucking feed it to the birds. Anyways, like I said, I wanted to make this video just to kind of explain to you guys that I am a fan of Gervonta Davis. Alright? And I understand that in my last video, I maybe have gave the impression that I wasn't a fan of Gervonta Davis. Maybe I said some negative things, right? But this is boxing. You gotta understand something. Even some of the fighters that I enjoy watching the most, I am still very critical on. You know what I mean? If I see something like Slava Shabransky versus Sullivan Barrera, I like both fighters, right? I was favoring Slava Shabransky to win. I think Slava Shabransky's fucking demise in that fight was his own doing. Alright? What the fuck was he doing? He was getting countered over his jab with the same fucking punch all fight long. Of course I'm going to have some negative shit to say. If Gervonta Davis stops throwing punches after 3-4 rounds and lets the other guy come on and start tagging him up, hell yeah, I'm going to be critical. It's not about what I want. It's about what I'm seeing. If I'm seeing that Gervonta Davis is starting to take punishment when he fucking should not be, then yeah, I'm going to have a lot of negative things to say about that. Because the kid is a professional fighter. He sees that this guy may be coming on. And there was some other shit like he was trying to bait Pedraza in. No one baits people in like that. You don't let a whole round go by while baiting somebody in. Alright? Baiting does not work that way. Baiting happens fast. It does not happen over a course of, the end of the 4th round, the whole 5th round, and the beginning of the 6th round before Pedraza got hit with that body shot. Alright, that's not baiting. That's either taking a rest or you really don't know what to do because you threw everything you had in the 1st round. It could be either one of those things. You know, there's there's endless explanations of what happened in that fight. You know what I'm saying? So when I see that he stops throwing punches, or that it looks like he got tired right away, or that he let everything go in the first few rounds, then I'm going to be critical and I'm going to point it out. Alright, the only thing that I'm apologizing for is maybe giving the wrong impression of me not liking Gervonta Davis for whatever reason. I don't know how the fuck they got me not liking him because he's black. Shit, that don't make no motherfucking sense, man. If I really didn't like black people, I might as well fucking kill myself, because I live in a town that the majority of people who live here are African American people. My neighbor on the north, south, east, and west of me are African American. The people that I work with are all African American. Motherfuckers that I kick it with, African American. So shit, if I'm a racist, I might as well just pack up my bags and fucking move out of where I live, Jack. Cause shit, ain't no escaping that shit here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is gonna be the only fucking video I make about it. So this is I might as well just go ahead and get it all out now. So anybody to suggest that shit, like I said, crumble that shit up, feed it to the birds, or put it in your little knapsack and take that shit with you over to other channels you fuck with, or other channels that talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like talking about it. But back to Gervonta Davis. The only thing I'm apologizing for is giving the wrong impression that I didn't like the kid. Alright? But if, you were that adamant or that quick to jump to that conclusion, maybe you should have watched my first 2 breakdown videos that I made about this fucking fight, talking nothing but good shit about Gervonta Davis. You know what I'm saying? But no one did. I guess no one did. Other motherfuckers, though, need to stop jumping to assumptions. because shit don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the truth, but you just gonna continue to make shit up out of thin air when you got absolutely no fucking proof to say that I'm anything. So fuck you. But that's pretty much all I got for this video, man. I mean, like I said, I wanted to touch down on a few things about Gervonta Tank Davis and why my post-fight review was so critical of him. Has absolutely nothing to do with hate. It's just about what I'm seeing inside the ring. If I still don't know what I'm fucking talking about, then stop watching my channel. But until then, or until the next video, it's Sebastian from The Boxing Tip signing out. Peace.